We hear him screaming, and from the bottom up, we can see that his body literally starts disassembling into like embers. Like basically warp energies in here starts taking him piece by piece. And we do not hear what he says, but he, with his like last gaze, he looks at Benjamin, who is like next to him. Entire skin, like wherever he can, like looks like he's bleeding on his knees, and doesn't even have strength to say anything. And Abelard like does this motion of like somebody tries to force push you, you know, like from Star Wars. So, like puts hands like towards Benjamin. He seems for like half a second confused, and then suddenly, like in Matrix, we see that like he's blown back and disappears. To where? For now. And then the entire room just is engulfed in light as Abelard gives his life in a service of Emperor. And then one last thing, sorry for a long cutscene, but I think this might be even as out of character knowledge to what happened. On the outside, also minutes before explosion, we see that in the room that before was main purification room, got turned into like summoning circle, siphoning power. We saw like large horde of pink horrors who were starting to disappear and evacuate. Members of those two hordes, they chanted in, you know, the typical heretical stuff. In death, in glory, may you ascend our leader, and they like all of them commit suicide, like with metal weapons start carving itself like throats. And with all of the blood, we see that Marabas does his sorcery stuff, considering he's master sorcerer, and he basically knows he's a supreme sorcerer. All lesser greater ascended psychic powers plus lesser greater arcana sorcery. So having those few minutes, we see that he quickly prepares a very complicated ritual, or rather like one smaller and one bigger right in front of entrance to main weapon core. The one smaller acts as a portal, and his Praetorian Guard, which is 6 additional Chaos Terminator Marines, step towards it and they evacuate. And himself, standing in front of this massive power that is about to unleash and take him out, he takes a risk, and like he offers like a big, like grins madly, and as the light surrounds him, and we think for a moment that like starts obliterating him in a second, we see that the power touching him starts turning to black, and his eyes go mix of very deep crimson, dark. And the last thing before like light completely engulfs him, he whispers like in a tone of overjoyment, finally free from Sinch grasp. And then the entire place goes fuck himself.
Yay! Just for sake of record, have y'all ever seen Naruto Shippuden?
Yes.
Portions of it, yeah.
I was listening to Pain's theme throughout that entire cutscene, and that just made everything glorious. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea how badass that sounded with Pain's theme going on in the background.
I don't know why you're saying yay to this. He's just becoming more powerful than... Well, who knows?
I'm gonna say, actually this is not that big of a spoiler. I was very much wondering if I should make him, if he succeeds with this thing, if I should make him another Chaos God. But for that, not really.
Ooh, why don't you turn... I know this... We shouldn't really be having a hand in it. Why don't you just say... Considering it was written out of lore, why don't you just bring him back as Malal? He has been using Chaos and Divided, manipulating Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, and Slaanesh for his own gain, so...
Malal was written off canon? I thought he still was.
Yeah.
Although to be fair,
officially he is not canon.
The things I heard about Games Workshop is that the canon is very fluid.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an idea. But yeah, because this thing, I mean, I believe he won't use it as a meta knowledge, but his like big plan now that like this entire thing was, he was, because I want to play him like the thing, because he's smart like that. He's a Xanatos chess player, or like he does Xanatos gambits. So this entire thing had actually several objectives, and he kinda wanted to make so at least one of them he will. So because this won't happen, then I might as well show the insight. To Moriana, yeah, she was right from the very start, that he was the traitor. But yeah, as a reminder, like the explanation why he wasn't detected is that, well, Marabas is a fucking superior intellect, supreme sorcerer, and he had like 1,000 years to plan and figured out how his enemies work. So he knew exactly that his puppet will be checked by interrogator, by telepaths, so...
Oh, that's such a shame, because I was inclined to try and kill him.
Crafted. And Morella was also right about the other thing. Krieger Karko was turned into Demon Host unwillingly. And he was turned to make sure that he will not be able to give you any information.
I fucking knew it.
Apart from that... Oh, and the reason why... and maybe the reason, like, regarding this entire... oh, fuck, I forgot about one thing. The last thing in that cutscene, just before this entire thing goes off, you didn't see that because you didn't move that far, but there was a, like, kinda desecrated statue, like, not statue, no, something like that, of...
Icon.
And if somebody, yeah, an icon. And if somebody looked close enough at the bottom of it, he would see this written. But obviously you characters don't know that, but I decided that I might as well fuck things more up. It would be written by the order of Ordo Chronos. This place is sealed. This place is sealed.
Uh-oh.
I was right from this fuck's sake.
Wait, right about
Poor
what
Mariana.
this time? You didn't say anything about the Ordo Chronos.
Regarding
the cannon was a bad thing and it shouldn't have been fired.
No, it should have been fired. So let me give you
then I was wrong about that.
Round out
we
what
were
happened.
right about that, not
if you didn't fire this cannon, I will just say straight out loud, maybe not in a month, but in a few years, Imperium is fucked. Because the biggest fucking hive fleet ever went through Coronus Sector, Halo Stars, and just fucking went straight for Holy. So that was actually the genius of Marabas' plan, because he used it. Because what was the thing? Why there were like 4 pieces of map, and why they were protected if I will tell you, Marabas wanted you there at this weapon complex. Well, to maybe not arouse too much suspicion. So, like, you will see that they will try to defend it. So you will see that, hey, they are not giving this out too much. And obviously he spread rumors. So Orcs Marabas was gunning. The piece that Severan Dominate had, it was Marabas' ploy, like secondary ploy, to point Severan Dominate as a like suspicious party, like the one who fell to chaos, even though it was only one renegade. But that was his thing to how should I say it? Yeah, to point suspicion at Severan Dominate. Now, regarding the complex itself, why he required you specifically? The thing was that this place was chaos-proof, basically, if not used. It was sealed, all the power was put into runes, into defensive wards, and all of that stuff. But over the time, over ages that passed, obviously nothing stays perfect forever. So one bit kinda broke, which resulted in this. When you got shut down and captured, Marabas, actually Chaos Forces let some members of your platoon to go. They let Abelard with Benjamin go to weapon itself, and the others to cover them. Because the moment Abelard activated Warp Weapon, which I realized I just like ripped off idea of Blackstone Fortress. The moment he started powering this weapon, the bug that was not fracture. The issue with a weapon that came over years was Fortress or weapon complex is not able to fully power both weapon and security measures. So the moment Abelard started powering it up, all the power went to weapon and none into security measures. So Chaos immediately went in, started barricading and all of that stuff. And Marabas required primaries mostly. Yeah, he required primaries strictly to be in there so he could try to control him. And his main goal was like if he managed to control him after taking out Tyrannids, because Marabas doesn't want fucking Tyrannids to eat everything. He needs, yeah, not that. He would recharge weapon again, obviously while his Praetorians would try to defend against you. And then by controlling Abelard, he would force him to target Scintilla, which would basically, after this weapon would be fired, then it would basically wipe out Calixian Conclave. That was and that was his like best possible plan. But of course, assuming that it might not go his way, he took a gamble. And because of this entire situation and him being Supreme Sorcerer, he decided that if this goes off, he might as well try to harness this entire beautiful power to ascend and stop being mere Lord of Change for Zin. Because his thing is he's smart and he knows that the great game doesn't want Imperium to finally lose. The great game is about playing, not winning, and he doesn't like that. So
Trying to put on the big boy pants.
The daddy pants, indeed.
Yeah, and of course, like his thing with collapse of Severan Dominate was a possible bonus to open up. Like in best case scenario, he would be like, yeah, I'm gonna open new Eye of Terror at Severan Dominate, like start turning their worlds into demon worlds and make some big badass motherfucking ritual. Yeah, for other things, yeah, that's basically all the trivia, spoiler information about him. What he will do, I don't know yet, but he will need time to prepare. And this is probably less of a spoiler, but this is not the last time you saw Benjamin.
I hate you.
I have very nice plan for him, and no,
I hate you.
you are wrong. This is like you are wrong if you think that he simply fell to chaos. You are completely wrong about that. I prefer something much less simpler and
Much worse.
Much better.
Yay! Go. GG.
Oh, actually, fuck! I deleted
well
that
done,
page.
team.
No, wait, I didn't.
Fantastically done.
Yeah, one thing, because I think I said to you that you had a chance. Actually, yeah, because I don't want to be like, no, you had completely no chance of, winning completely. I think I mentioned in one of the previous sessions, if all of you just bomb trashed here into power control room, like within first 10 if you just simply either start like changing stuff or just simply blow this room to hell, then or rather it would depend on timing, because if you blew it before cannon would fire, then cannon would fire, but the high fleet would be much less damaged or almost not completely obliterated. But if you timed it right, you could have destroyed Tyrannid fleet, or Abelard could have, and right after like destroyed. So when the weapon goes off, it would slightly power up Marabas, but it would not be enough for him to ascend and drop the shackles from from Tsinch. So yeah, I'm just saying that in case, yeah, just saying that you had there was an option. Obviously, you couldn't exactly know it. But there was. Sometimes it's just a matter of choice where you go first. But hey, at least you got your men out.
And that does make me happy.
So
well,
from elite handouts,
I got them out, otherwise they would have fallen to chaos before we got there.
Yeah, the thing with the trolls, it was that, yeah, if like 1 or 2 more rounds, if you wouldn't show up, then yeah, their morale would break, because that Terminator rolled really well and they rolled shit to counter his, Allure rewards. So yeah, they would fall and decide, okay, just save us and we'll serve your master. Actually, all of the mooks that were there, plus the Vox operator, Kenneth, probably would have been shot in the back by his former comrades, but it didn't. So yeah, from named characters in the late handout, nobody died. In terms of losses from mooks, or the non-named characters in squad, there were in total, if I remember,
well, Abelard died.
10 deaths. To be fair, Abelard wasn't really part of this Xanthis squad. So all in all, the non-named characters elite squad took 10 losses, 10 deaths.
That isn't too bad, to be honest.
I was expecting much worse. So, yeah, it's not bad. Let me mark their number.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not gonna even say additional bonus. I'm gonna say they obviously, during the fighting, they incurred some, either corruption or insanity or both, but I'm not gonna say exact number. It's, for them, it will be more of a story thing if I think that they accumulated enough. But for good things, all of them, all of these guys, because they were like in a big fight, so when there's like a number 30 and skills, so all of them, not only named characters, got basic Tactica Imperialis, so it's like ticked for all mooks.
Nice.
And in talents, they get Wait, is there a hatred chaos, or is it only hatred heretic and hatred demons?
You could just
Hatred
fabricate one
demons.
and then be like, yeah, he gets the hatred chaos. You can make it up.
Well,
It makes
hatred
sense.
demons would work perfectly well for anything that's a warp creature, and then hatred heretic would work for anything that is like a worship.
And quickly remind me, is there
Salutes.
hatred is like the lowest level of like?
Hatred is of the lowest level, yeah.
Yeah, there's hatred, and then there's insane hatred. Insane hatred gives a plus 30, but you have to pass.
test willpower
Yep.
every time you
Okay,
interact with
so
them. Otherwise
all of these guys, like all the mooks, all the named characters, get hatred heretic and hatred demon as a talent.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Hatred heretic.
And well, they survived kinda nasty battles. So to mooks, not to named characters, to mooks, you can add 5 to their weapon skill, 5 to their ballistic skill, and 5 to their toughness.
Right?
Considering
And
what they just
5
went
to
through,
their
wouldn't it
willpower.
be? Yeah, I was about to say.
5 to their toughness.
Actually, I'm gonna
And
make it even
5 to their
simpler.
willpower.
Add 5 in mooks. Add 5 to all attributes.
Oh. I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah, these are some strong
Okay,
ass
and mooks you can change the like under fellowship, and wounds you can change wounds to 12.
Alright. My boys. Very nicely. Very nice. Very nice.
That was kinda like they really had to fight against nice amount of enemies, even if those enemies kinda played with them. But they still managed to survive, live on, and serve the Emperor. Obviously, as you are trying to warp, we're gonna get to random event occurrences, because I'm not letting you out of the hook from this. But like, you see like majority of people, like their weapons are like no ammunition weapons, are completely spent. Even if they are not injured, they're just plain fucking tired. Like they are barely standing there, so like too much adrenaline stress, and now that they are out of combat, there's like a they're just like, you know, sitting and like trying to fall asleep almost where they stand. This was like extreme situation for them.
Men, I have to say I'm rather proud. You were dropped into the middle of hell on earth, and you survived. More than that, you can claim victory in the service of the Emperor. You fought against the fallen Astartes and their warp machinations, and you survived where even whole regiments would have fallen. Well done, all of you. But now we need to take a moment to rest. There will be no drill for now. All of you have a simple command. Rest, relax, and take your time before our next engagement.
Yeah, those who were like able to even like lift a hand, they're like trying to salute or just gives you a simple thumbs up, even though they know that this is like breach of.
I can imagine some of them be crying from happiness. They don't have to wake up at 3 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah, it's like tears of relief and joy.
Thank you.
And like Solon, for a moment, slightly like stirs, like wakes up from his like, you know, psionic, maybe not coma, but he really strained himself and he was like overusing his powers. And he like, All in the name of the Emperor boss, and then, like, just falls fucking unconscious asleep again. So they, they are happy, but they simply, their body just refuses to any activity now. They are extremely tired.
Yep, that's why he's just like, y'all need to go sleep. Everyone go sleep. That's an order.
Yeah, some people who are like even able to stand, like, help carry or just drag their comrades to like closest room, and whatever we can bang on the floors, whatever will be good, and they're like fucking sprout on floors and beds and whatever.
Rampus is going to help some of his men along. It's like, come on, let's go. I don't need you people dying on me out of exhaustion. Matter of fact, all that running. Actually, I'm feeling kind of tired myself.
Oh, I mean, those who are running, apart from Sigmund, who probably doesn't get tired from simple running, can make a toughness.
Although now that I'm on a ship, I'm gonna.
Although, if
away my fatigue.
Mariana said that she's already sleeping, then she probably doesn't need to make a toughness.
She's already knocked out.
Perhaps Zhao. Alright, yeah, she is.
Well, I would have taken her to the medical bay to sleep that off, effectively.
Yeah, but just to see if you were even tired after that, because who knows, maybe you were not that much tired if you really were on toughness. This is like less mechanical, more to see if like, Zhao is actually kinda has a good cardio, really good cardio.
Oh, I'm tired. Well, I mean, this is... I can hold my own-ish, but I try to avoid exercise as much.
Okay, if you don't want to hold.
Cardio's good though, but this is a lot of... I've done a lot of sprinting. Oh, yeah. This is a lot.
Okay. So yeah, there will be random occurrences, but I need like 5 minutes break because I need to grab something to drink and whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah, so little break.